Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds signed into law a bill that, along with increasing some teacher salaries, made changes to area education agencies, or AEAs, in the state.
School districts are starting to see the effects of those changes. KTIV's Connor Trent. We just
love
lost
technology.
our script. Hold on. I'll read it off of here. KTIV's Connor Trent spoke to an AEA official and 2 Siouxland school superintendents to learn more.
Anything we needed, we'd call them up. Hey, do you have something on this type of curriculum? Do you have something on social emotional behaviors, or whatever it might be? We could reach out to them, and they would try to figure out how to give us those services.
Since 1975, operations at area education agencies across the state of Iowa have remained relatively unchanged. State funds would flow through the school districts and to their respective AEAs, who would then provide services to schools in that district. Now, new legislation that passed in March doesn't change the services provided by AEAs, but it does change the flow of money.
But it was like, well, you've always provided this to us, and we were able to reach out to you for these things. But now it's a case where, we reach out to them, and now how much is it going to cost us?
This school year, 40% of educational services and media funds go directly to AEAs, and school districts keep the remaining 60%. Once districts have used up the initial funding, they can choose to continue receiving the services, but under a fee-for-service arrangement with the remaining money. Some Northwest Iowa superintendents say that it hasn't made things any easier in the first year under the new legislation.
The ease is gone. The ease was what we had, as we're able to utilize the services as we needed them. And now it is a much more jumbled process.
In smaller school districts, the new system has raised concerns about budgeting for the services. Some worry that smaller districts could spend more money on these services with the new pay-as-you-go format.
You have to weigh the dollars and cents, and what's it going to cost to get those items, that training, those processes are things that were free before. And now you got to figure out, how much is it going to cost? Can I afford to purchase those services from the AEA?
But if it gets to the point at the end of the school year where you're in the 90% or around there, you may have to cut off those services at the end of the year under the current formula.
Connor Trett, KTIV News 4.
The AEA reform bill required the formation of an AEA task force to meet and discuss potential changes to the AEA system. The task force is made up of 11 voting members. The bill spells out 19 topics the task force will consider, with recommendations due at the end of this month.
We're excited that maybe they will take a look at last year's bill, make some tweaks to it, and recommend some changes in 2025. Their only charge is to put forth a set of recommendations. And so everything that they would like to see happen will be put in writing in a report, and then it's up to the legislature to decide if they want to act on all of it or pieces of it.
The task force will meet next Monday and again on December 19th. The agenda for next Monday's meeting will be made public today.